Imagine receiving an invitation without a single word, without a single letter. This isn't a riddle. It's the latest chapter in the royal saga of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Indeed, the tale has taken an intriguing twist with the introduction of what experts have coined as the silent invite. At the heart of this story lies Frogmore Cottage, a place that holds a significant history for the Sussexes. This quaint royal residence was once a safe haven for Harry and Meghan, a nest they were forced to abandon after the release of Harry's frank and revealing book, Spare. In a surprising turn of events, King Charles, the very person who evicted them, has kept Frogmore Cottage conspicuously vacant. It's as if the empty rooms and silent hallways are whispering a message to the estranged prince and his wife, an invitation to return perhaps when they're ready. The royal watchers are abuzz with speculation, interpreting this as a gesture of reconciliation, a bridge to mend the broken bonds. But here's the twist in our royal tale. Is this truly an invitation, or just another chapter in the grand narrative of royal public relations? After all, this is the very same Frogmore Cottage that was emptied following the release of Harry's book, a move widely seen as a punitive measure against the candid prince. So what has changed now? Is King Charles truly extending an olive branch? Or is this a calculated move to rejuvenate his image? It's a question that begs for a closer look, for the history of this royal saga is riddled with twists and turns, with public relations stunts often masquerading as genuine gestures. So, is this vacant house truly a silent invite, or could it possibly be a grand PR strategy? Let's delve deeper. The answers may surprise you, or perhaps reaffirm what you've always suspected. After all, in the royal world, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. In the world of public relations, every move is a calculated step, and Frogmore Cottage seems to be a sweet piece of PR candy. That's according to reputation expert Eric Schiffer. He suggests that the vacant Frogmore Cottage is a strategic manoeuvre by King Charles, a silent invitation, a beacon left alight in the darkness, beckoning Prince Harry and Meghan back to the United Kingdom. But is this really a genuine gesture of reconciliation, or just a cleverly disguised PR move? Let's take a moment to unwrap this piece of PR candy and see what's inside. To the unsuspecting eye, an empty house might seem like a simple thing, but in the world of public relations it's a powerful symbol. It suggests that despite everything, the door is still open for Harry and Meghan. But when we look closer, the sweetness of this gesture might start to taste a little sour. Consider this. If King Charles was genuinely interested in mending fences, wouldn't he have taken more substantial steps? Would he not have defended his son and daughter-in-law against the constant barrage of attacks from the British media? Would he not have tried to prevent them from being stripped of their UK base in the first place? This PR candy, then, might not be as sweet as it first appears. Instead, it seems to be a carefully thought-out move to paint King Charles in a favourable light, allowing him to appear as the forgiving father figure while doing little to address the real issues at hand. So, while Frogmore Cottage may be an enticing piece of PR candy, it's essential to remember that in the world of public relations, even the sweetest gestures can sometimes leave a bitter aftertaste. As we navigate the complex narrative of the royal family, it's crucial to look beyond the surface and question the motives behind each move. Remember, in the royal game of chess, every move counts. Every father wants the best for his children, but is King Charles truly extending an olive branch, or is he simply polishing his royal image? Let's delve deeper into this. King Charles, by leaving Frogmore Cottage vacant, is said to be extending a silent invitation to Prince Harry and Meghan. However, one must question the motives behind this gesture. Is this a sincere attempt to mend the strained relationship with his son, or a calculated move to improve his public image? If we consider the actions of the British press and the palace towards the Sussexes, the sincerity of King Charles's gesture becomes questionable. The relentless onslaught of negative press, the smear campaigns purportedly steered by the palace insiders, all seem to contradict the image of a caring father wishing for his child's return. Moreover, if King Charles truly wished to reconcile with Prince Harry and Meghan, wouldn't he have acted differently in the past? He wouldn't have stripped them of their UK base, Frogmore Cottage, to begin with. His silence during the tumultuous times the Sussexes faced, his inaction in the face of the tabloid onslaught, all point to a different narrative. The inconsistencies in King Charles's actions paint a picture that is far removed from the forgiving father figure that he is trying to portray. It rather seems like a well-crafted move to salvage his image, to appear magnanimous and forgiving while doing little to actually mend the damaged relationship. It appears King Charles is more interested in performing a royal balancing act, appearing as a benevolent father while maintaining the status quo and not upsetting the traditional royal norms. It's a clever move, but one that begs the question, is it genuine? And then there's the timing of this so-called silent invitation. After all the turmoil, all the negative press, all the accusations, suddenly there's an olive branch. It does seem like a classic case of too little, too late. Could this be a case of too little, too late? The royal palace has always been a hub of intrigue and mystery, and this silent invite seems to be just another spin in the royal narrative. Now, you might wonder why we're calling it a spin. Well, let's unfold this royal tale further. King Charles, by all accounts, is trying to portray himself as a forgiving father, despite the lack of action to repair the damage caused. It's a well-orchestrated move, a chess game if you will, where the king is trying to checkmate the narrative in his favour. But let's not forget, we're talking about a man who stood by while his own son and daughter-in-law were castigated by the press, a man who stripped them of their UK base, leaving them to fend for themselves. Is this the act of a forgiving father? Or is this the act of a king playing the royal game? It's a game of shadows and light, where the truth is often masked by the grandeur of the palace. The silent invite, the vacant Frogmore cottage, they're all pawns in this game, pawns that are being manipulated to paint a picture of a father yearning for his estranged son's return. But the question remains, is this picture authentic? Or is it merely a mirage concocted by the palace spin? The palace spin has always been a powerful tool in the hands of the monarchy. It has the power to shape perceptions, to create heroes and villains at will, and it seems like this time King Charles is using it to his advantage. But remember, every coin has two sides, and while one side shows a forgiving father, the other side shows a king, who's more interested in polishing his image than mending his relationship with his son. So, is King Charles truly DELULU, or is he simply playing the royal game? It's a question that begs an answer, a mystery that adds another layer to the ever-fascinating royal narrative. But one thing is certain, the palace spin continues to weave its web, ensnaring those who dare to question the royal truth. As we dissect this royal saga, it's time to ask, is Frogmore a silent invite or a desperate PR stunt? Recapping the points we've discussed, we've seen how King Charles, under the guise of a loving father, has left Frogmore Cottage vacant, seemingly extending a silent invitation to Prince Harry and Meghan. Reputation experts label this as a piece of PR candy, an irresistible lure for the Sussexes to return to their UK base. But let's not sugarcoat this situation. This isn't a sweet treat, it's more like stale crumbs from the royal table. The question remains, is this a genuine olive branch from Charles? Or is it simply a shiny piece of PR, a desperate attempt to polish up his tarnished image? We've delved into the notion that if Charles really wanted Harry and Meghan back, he wouldn't have stripped them of their UK base in the first place. He wouldn't have stood silently by while smear campaigns were launched against them. And he wouldn't need to rely on an empty house to prove he cares. This narrative of the silent invite seems to be just another spin from the palace, a way for Charles to play the part of the forgiving father while doing absolutely nothing to mend the damage he has caused. The image of King Charles as DELULU, clinging to an empty house as if expecting Harry and Meghan to come running back like nothing ever happened, is a hard one to shake. So, where does this leave us? Is Frogmore a heartfelt invitation, a silent plea for family unity, or is it just another desperate PR stunt, a hollow gesture from a king more concerned with his image than his family? What's your verdict? Let us know in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe for more royal tea.